It's one thing to know what primal branding is, but how the heck do you implement it in your real estate videos? My name is Trevor Jones, a Hollywood editor turned full-time real estate agent. On this channel, I teach real estate agents to create better videos so they can sell more houses. Make sure you hit that subscribe button right there and tap the bell so you can up your video game and sell more houses this year. Lots of aspiring video creators and real estate agents think that all they need to do to grow their business is to get their videos in front of more people. They'll even pay for ads to get more eyes on them and wonder why nothing happens. Well, eyeballs are for sure important, but if you don't engage the audience, you're done.
Game over, man. It's game over.
For your videos to really have an impact, you need to implement the 7 elements of the Primal Code. If you've watched my prior video on Primal Branding or read the book Primal Branding, you know what the 7 elements of the Primal Code are. If not, go ahead and watch my prior video right here first. Here's a quick refresher on what those 7 elements are. Creation story, creed, icons, rituals, the non-believers, sacred words, and the leader. You already know from the prior video that if you have these elements ingrained in your business, it can skyrocket your success. Let's talk about how to implement them. First, creation story. When you tell your audience who you are and where you came from and what you're about, it creates some context, why they should listen to you, why they should care about you. It creates a little bit of an emotional connection. Should you create a video that just tells your creation story? Yeah, probably. Do that to start. Maybe that's going to be part of your channel trailer on your YouTube channel. Possibly more importantly, you want to share a little bit of your creation story in most of your videos. Just kind of naturally weave it in there. You don't want to just make a video and go, oh, hey, I'm Trevor, I sell houses. Listen to me. It's got to be more than that, deeper than that to create that connection. For me on this channel, for example, I can reference things I learned during my life as an editor, what I learned from my producer, what I learned from different movies I worked on.
You want to show me how to punch? Show me.
That's how you punch.
It creates context and allows you to understand why I believe what I do about video. I try to toss in short references about my past life that kind of builds and adds more to my story. For example, I could say, back when I was a private investigator, and actually I was a private investigator for 10 years. Or I could say, oh, this one time when I was working on the Avengers, I learned this. Or I could talk about that time I was at Cindy Crawford's house and didn't even know it and got to meet her. And by the way, if you know who Cindy Crawford is, I can confirm that in person, she is just as beautiful, even without makeup. I cannot begin to tell you how important story is in every video you create. In fact, the hashtag for this channel is Story Matters Most. It is that important. In fact, I'm pretty excited because coming up very soon, I'm gonna do a collaboration with Jeff Bartsch from Greenlight. He's gonna teach you a little bit more about story. There's a link to his channel down in the description below if you want to check him out. Remember, one of the primary purposes of creating video content is to get your community to know you, to like you, and to trust you. One of the best ways to do that in video is by telling your story. The next element of the Primal Code is the creed. What do you believe? What do you want people who watch your videos to believe?
I believe there's a hero in all of us.
You need to be able to succinctly state that, and you will sometimes want to state that explicitly in your videos. For this channel, my creed is that I believe that video is the best way to grow a real estate business or any business to help you ultimately create the life you want to live. What do you believe about your market? What do you believe about the cities you serve? Maybe you believe that your city is the best place on earth to raise a family. Well, state that in your videos. You're gonna need to spend some time figuring out exactly what you believe in your core about your business, and then go ahead and start sharing it in your videos. The icons. These are the visual or audio cues that people associate with you and your brand. It can be your face, it can be your set, it can be your logo. You know who Casey Neistat is? One of his icons are the sunglasses he always wears in his videos. It can be a soundbite or a graphic or a sound effect. Here's a guy I follow on YouTube, and this is one of his icons.
Ryan G. Johnson!
Figure out what your icons are and make sure they appear in most or all of your videos. People should be able to easily recognize your brand no matter where they see it in social media or online, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, or on your website. The rituals. These are the repeated interactions that people have with you. These are things that your audience expects you to do. For me, maybe it's the fact that I say, dude, all the time, even though it's not 1987 anymore. In fact, here's my favorite example, Peter McKinnon.
What's up, everybody?
He starts virtually every video just like that. If he didn't do it, you would think that something was wrong. Here's another YouTube example of a guy I follow, Nick Nimmin.
We're starting right now.
He says that at the beginning of every single one of his videos. If you don't have a thing, maybe it's because you are being a little too uptight on camera. You're thinking, I'm recording, it's gotta be professional, people are looking at me, I'm just gonna talk and say boring things that they expect from a professional. No, be yourself, let yourself shine on camera. People are gonna love you for being genuine. It doesn't have to be an intro or an outro, it can be just something that you say all the time naturally. And naturally is kind of the key here. Don't force it. Maybe watch 10 or 20 of your videos and see if there's something that you naturally do almost all the time, and then maybe do a little more intentionally. The non-believers, the haters, the pagans. You gotta stand for something, which means you're also stating what you're not and what you don't stand for. You've gotta stand for something for people to stand with you. By doing that, you're gonna create another class of people that maybe don't believe what you believe and don't wanna stand with you. These are the non-believers, the pagans, or the haters. On the internet, we tend to call them trolls. For Apple fanboys, the haters might be the PC users or the Android users.
I'm a pink, you're a nerd, I'm slick, you're cheesy. Beating you is Apple too easy.
For Starbucks drinkers, maybe it's McDonald's coffee drinkers or Dunkin' Donuts coffee drinkers. For me on my channel, maybe it's real estate agents who think that cold calling is the only way to grow a business, or agents that think that video is too impersonal, or agents that hate social media. And of course, you don't have to seek the haters. They will find you. Once you do start getting a few trolls, you'll know that you're onto something. You'll know that you're standing for something and people are seeing that. So embrace your haters. In fact, the other day I got a negative comment on one of my videos. He simply said, stupid. So I took it very personal and I looked him up. This is him.
I will destroy your channel.
No, I won't. This kid's doing a great job. It's cool that he commented, because here's something that you may not know. Commenting actually helps your video's SEO. It gains more traction, whether it's negative or positive comment, a thumbs up or a thumb down. That's actually good for your videos, so embrace it. Also, one of my favorite sayings is, if you try to please everyone, you please no one. The sacred words. These are the words and phrases that only people in your community really understand. Now, you shouldn't go out of your way to create them necessarily. These are things that generally evolve naturally. Maybe it's the way that the members of a community refer to themselves. Kind of let it happen. The best example of sacred words is from a company that actually did create them intentionally, and this company is Starbucks. Some of these words are like,
Give me the frat whack, bet that.
iced mocha, frappuccino, venti, grande. It's like, can't you just give it a real name and say small, medium, large? No, they can't.
Let me get a small vanilla latte. Okay, sir, that's one tall vanilla latte. No, it's not what I want.
But when you walk into a Starbucks and use these sacred words, they'll know that you are one of the true believers. And I guess I'm a non-believer since A, I don't drink coffee, and B, I probably wouldn't spend $5 on 20 cents worth of coffee anyway if I was a coffee drinker. So I guess that makes me a Starbucks pagan. These words are the insider words that help build the community. So when you're on camera, just be yourself. Let the words come out naturally, and over time, some of these may become the sacred words for your community. The leader. Well, if you're a real estate agent or a team leader, you are the leader. That one's pretty easy. Embrace it, lead the charge, be yourself, be genuine. And dude, be the local expert. You'll know that your audience has evolved into a community when they start turning to each other for answers and engagement in addition to you. We've covered a lot of stuff in this video, so what you need to do probably is go back, rewatch this video, write down the 7 elements of the Primal Code, and see which ones you've naturally maybe already started implementing, and then figure out how to add one more element of the Primal Code in your next video. Do it gradually over time, but don't forget about it. Tack these 7 elements on your computer screen or on your wall so you don't forget to integrate them. This can be instrumental for you creating a cult-like following for your business. Some of these are going to take time, so don't stress out about doing them all right now. You should buy the book Primal Branding, linked in the description below, and also watch this video next so you can learn what videos you should create this year to grow your business. Also, don't forget to subscribe. I can't wait to see the stories you have to tell.